This is Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon with the latest installment of First Sound. Today I'm going to look at rising junior quarterback Brett Rypien from Boise State. If you've heard me talk about this upcoming quarterback class, I've mentioned how deep it is and how many names there are on my watch list. And we've heard a lot about the guys at the top, particularly the underclassmen, guys like Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. But I want to kind of throw Rypien into the mix here. And I know that as a junior, there's no guarantee that he'll come out at the end of next year for the upcoming draft. But in doing my baseline work on him this summer, a lot of plays really stood out. And what really sort of stood out to me was how he does a lot of the small things really, really well. Things that coaches and scouts and evaluators are going to look for in a quarterback as they look to project somebody to the next level. And so I want to highlight some of those things for you. And to be honest, in going through his tape and the games that I've watched, there were plays that I couldn't get into this video because I simply didn't have as much time to include them all. There were a number of plays that got sort of left on the editing room floor. Nobody really wants to hear me talk for a quarterback for 2 hours straight. If you do, well, thanks for listening, Mom. But as I said, look, Rypien does a lot of the small things really, really well. We're going to highlight some of those as we go through. I believe we've got 7 plays to get through here. This first one comes against San Jose State. Play kind of starts late here. The video kind of starts late. You see San Jose State, they're kind of adjusting up front pre-snap. In this game, they align defensive ends towards strength and away from strength, depending on who they were in the alignment and the formation from the offense. But what we're going to get here, we're going to get a little pump and go on the bubble here. We're going to get a vertical route here, another vertical route here. This is the route he's going to throw to this middle guy. Here we're going to get that bubble look. And what I love about this play from Rypien is he makes this throw under duress from the right hash mark along the left sideline, basically. It's a throw that he makes, again, under duress, defender in his face. But it's an NFL throw. I mean, this is a throw when I first saw it. I made note of it when I was watching it on tape that this was an NFL throw. So let's kind of go through it here. You can see he pumps just enough on the ball with that little shoulder pump there. And the look that he wants is starting to set up with these 3 defenders sort of flow into each receiver here. Rypien's already picked up his target. And right here, he can tell he's got the look that he wants because this defender is starting to squat just enough, thinking this is going to be bubble, and he's going to be ready to take the shot from this guy throwing a block here. Right here is where pressure starts to get through. But Rypien stands in the pocket and delivers this throw under duress. You see, guy's got a free shot at him, and that's a throw from the 30 to the sideline on the opposite 38-yard line. Again, that's a pretty impressive throw, particularly when, as I said, it comes under duress here. There's the pump, puts it right on the money. That's a very nice throw to start off our little tour here. Here's something that you know is going to get talked about as we get through this draft process here. We see it every year, the so-called dreaded Prostyle offense look, but Rypien runs a lot of this stuff. A lot of stuff under center where you're making play action fakes, executing 5 or 7 step drops coming out of that. That's the stuff that you hear people talk about, people point to, oh, he can run a Prostyle offense. Now, I don't put a ton of credit into that myself because I think any offense can be a Prostyle offense if run correctly. But people talk about it, people evaluate that, and so you know it's coming, so just be ready for that with Rypien. But here again, under center, 1st and 10 situation. This is a run formation look here. We've got, jumbo package up front. We've got fullback in a 3-point stance. I mean, this is looking all-time run here. Look at the defensive front. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. Unless I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And 2 linebackers here. We're going to get a play action fake, deep drop. He's going to throw the deep out from left hash mark, right sideline. NFL type throw, NFL type distance. And what I love here isn't so much the concept, but the anticipation we're going to see on this throw. Decent enough fake, comes out of it, eyes downfield, picking up his target. Pre-snap, he likes the look. Given what he sees from the defense, we'll see an all-22 view of this in a second to get us a better view of it. But he likes to look pre-snap, picks up his target coming out of the fake. throw, decent velocity on the money, touchdown. Now, what's great about the timing and the anticipation, we'll see it on the all-22 view in a second, because he gets this out on time, in rhythm, with good placement, look where this defender is when he catches the ball. You can't prevent the completion to begin with, but now his receiver's already turned upfield where he's in a position to make a football move on this guy, and he does just enough. Sometimes placement and anticipation, that can lead to yards after the catch. Here's that all-22 look. Again, Rypien sees pre-snap. He gets what he likes here. Cornerback, inside leverage, off coverage. You know you're getting out route. So you've got the advantage pre-snap. If you're Rypien, the only other thing you can do to make this even better for the offense and make it better for your target is to get the ball out on time before the break and place it well. If he does that, this play should have a great deal of success, and that's exactly what he does. He comes out of the fake, Hitch. He's starting his throw in motion now. He's already pulled the ball away from his left hand. He's starting the throw in motion. Receiver has yet to even think about making the break. See, ball's coming out. Receiver is yet to really turn. There he starts to turn. The ball's already on its way. Ball arrives. Again, placement, anticipation. It leads to the big play. Now we're going to move to the BYU game. And for those of you that have yet to watch Rypien, I'd ask you to watch this game because I think this is a good way to evaluate Rypien because, you know, it's an up and down game for him. He makes some mistakes. He gets knocked around a bit. You know, I'm on multiple plays in my notes. I've got, is he hurt? Is he hurt? Question mark. Research if he got hurt in this game. So it's a good way to sort of evaluate him from the entirety of playing the quarterback position, from competitive toughness, mental toughness. There's a lot that goes on in this game that I think you should watch and be aware of. I want to highlight first this play. Simple stick concept in the red zone. What I love about this play, and this is something that I'm looking for more and more in quarterbacks, is what happens when the post-snap look from the defense doesn't match up with what they're expecting pre-snap. Because that gives you a great window into evaluating processing speed and the mental components of playing the quarterback position. Because when you get up over the ball pre-snap and you think you see something that you like, sometimes it's hard for that brain to shift focus immediately when it doesn't quite match up. Alternatively, sometimes you get yourself into trouble if you don't pick up quickly enough that things have changed. So here, stick concept to the right. First read's going to be Y, then to the out route. If you look at the defense pre-snap, you've got a linebacker on the edge, off coverage here. Pre-snap, you're thinking this guy is going to be open, looking at the defensive alignment. But you better be sure before you throw the ball. And this is something I highlighted with Mitchell Trubisky, looking at his tape in a play against Virginia last year, where he had a similar type look where actually this guy was uncovered and you had a slot corner here. And what happened with Trubisky was slot corner jumped the stick route right after the snap. Trubisky couldn't get to his other reads, tries to tuck it and run and gets sacked. And to me, that was a situation where if you're a quarterback, when that post-snap look doesn't match up, you've got to be able to process it quickly. Here, what's going to happen is this. This guy's going to drop. It's that sort of D-end outside linebacker drop that sometimes gets quarterbacks. See right there, he's looking at it because that's where he thinks he's going to be able to go with the ball. But that DE is dropped, so he can't throw that stick route. Without a beat, without missing a beat, he comes right to the out route. It's a simple little thing. But again, when you're trying to judge processing speed and get into the heads of these guys, that's a play that sort of stands out to you because it's a snap rotation from the defense. It's a quick play, but to be able to diagnose it properly and make the right read with the football and go where you're supposed to with the football, that's a big time thing. Red zone play again. 3rd and 10, third downs. Red zone, fourth quarter. These are things that I've talked about a lot, particularly the last year with Deshaun Watson. Here we get a red zone play on 3rd down. What we're going to get here is post route. from this receiver right here. Against a cover 2 look. As a quarterback, this is kind of what you want pre-snap. You know, middle field open, you get that post route from an inside receiver. It's a good setup for you, but in this situation, you want to be wary of backside safety. You want to make sure you do enough with him so he doesn't break on this. Because you're trusting that, you got to trust that your guy's going to get inside this safety. You've got to trust that he's going to get through that inside shoulder, get leverage on him. But you've got to take care of this guy. Rypien's going to do that, open in this way. A little bit of manipulation here. There's the route. See how he opens to the right? That gets this guy wary. You've got a nice route here to get him, too. You've got that vertical route. He's got to help on that. So that little combination, just that little look, he's got to get out there. That eliminates any potential of him coming back to break on this. Drawing a little arrow there, see? And then come back. Not a lot of wasted effort there. Ball's placed really well. Good velocity, good placement, touchdown. Again, it's that subtle little look. The play concept certainly helps, but Rypien does what he needs to do, gets that backside safety to bite just enough on that potential vertical route, opens up the middle of the field even more. 3rd and 8 situation. Pre-snap involvement here. Again, we don't know if it comes from the sideline or not, but it's something to note, something to keep in the back of your mind. We're going to get a nice bucket throw here and a deep post route under duress. Decent enough drop. Pocket starting to collapse. Some quarterbacks might start to bail. They might come this way. They might come this way. They might try the little spin to the backside. Climb, slide, and fire. Defenders around him and drops this in the bucket. That's just a beautiful play. Another situation here. Now, BYU scored 17 unanswered. And this is where you start to see some of the competitive toughness stand out with Rypien. Got less than a minute to go in the first half. You're on BYU's 36, 37-yard line. 2nd and 15 situation. This is around the time when I started to wonder if he was hurt. Looked like he got knocked around a couple of plays prior to this. But we're going to see another situation where climbs the pocket, makes a nice throw on the deep ball. Again, pressure off the edge. This guy's coming free almost. He doesn't bail. He doesn't try to get around him. Climb ever so slightly. Pretty decent velocity. Nice placement here. And we get a look at it here. You've got that middle linebacker dropping. Sort of a Tampa 2 type look. So it's a look that he wants, but he's got to get it over this guy and then drop it into the receiver before the safety can get over and make a play. Takes the hit and drops it in perfectly. It's a great catch. A great throw, too. Finally, I want to look at this play again. Boise State's trailing now. 3rd and 6, 4th quarter, right at midfield. We get sort of a NCAA type concept here. We've got the shallow crosser, deeper little dig route. We get a little bit of manipulation, a little bit of climb in the pocket, some velocity here into a tight throw-in window. He's going to look first at the crosser. That's going to influence the linebacker. That will give him enough of a window to throw this deeper dig route sort of over the top of this guy, but he can get it in there before safeties come down. See, he's looking here. Linebacker cheats up on it. Here's his target eventually. This is sort of the lane that he's got to throw this into. Again, 3rd and 6, trailing by 6, 4th quarter. He puts it right where it needs to be. Again, with the placement there and the timing, that adds up to the yards after the catch. Now, look, I understand that people are talking about a lot of the other quarterbacks in this class, and deservedly so. But as I've said, this is a very, very potentially deep group. There are about 40 names of guys that I've gone through. Not all of them will come out. A lot of them will go back to school. Things may change. Development is not linear, as I've written in the past. But Rypien, who I've written about before, back when he was a freshman, is a guy that you should definitely keep an eye on, because he does a lot of the small things really well, as we've seen here, whether it's manipulation, subtle climbing in the pocket, making throws under duress, the kinds of things, those deep out routes with timing and anticipation and ball placement, allowing the receiver to make yardage after the catch. Those are the things that will catch scouts' eyes. And so keep an eye on those as you watch Rypien in the season ahead. I think he's a tremendously talented quarterback, somebody that people should definitely have their eye on as we go into the next year and potentially into the 2018 NFL Draft. On behalf of everybody at Inside the Pylon, thank you so much for watching this edition of First Sound. Please come back to InsideThePylon.com to check out all the work we're doing as we're getting ready for the next college football season and NFL season as well. We've got NCAA scheme previews going up from the Big 12, from Matty Brown to the Pac-12, from Ryan Ducarm, myself with some stuff coming up on the Big 10 and from the Big 10 East teams. And so come back to InsideThePylon.com to check those out, as well as all the work we're doing on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/InsideThePylon. Thanks again for watching.